Hey wrestling fans, this is Rick from rickswrestlingblog.com. Hey, time to talk about Elimination Chamber. You know what, it's a few days away, and I know I'm getting this video out there a little bit late, but I wanted to wait to see what they were going to do with the card, because they needed to add more matches, and looks like they did, so we need to talk about that. Before we actually go there is a game that I did put up there. I updated the game and put it on the website. And so if you go to my website, rickswrestlingblog.com, and I'm going to go to it right now just to kind of walk it through and make sure we get to the right spot here. Alright, go into the website, and then you're going to have a section that's going to say Wrestling Games, and it's going to say Pay-Per-View. Select Pay-Per-View. And the very first one up there, WWE Elimination Chamber Pay-Per-View Game 2014. So go ahead and click on that. And then you actually click on the title, the WWE Elimination Chamber Game 2014. And it's a Word document that I put up on the website. And on the Word document, I put together the entire game. I didn't get a chance to print it. Still having some printer issues, haven't really addressed it. So anyway, we'll open that up, and here we go, and we'll start looking at some of these matches. So alright, so the first part of the game, it looks like this. We're gonna name, well, we know the 6 superstars that are already in the Elimination Chamber match itself. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna guess the number entrant that they are into the game. So for example, if you think that Daniel Bryan's gonna be the very first person in, I'd mark him down as number 1. If you think that the next one in will be Cesaro, mark him down as number 2, and so forth and so forth. And for every person that you get right, you get a point. Now, there's also the elimination of the contestants. So, first of all, who's going to be eliminated first? So, for example, let's say that Christian is eliminated first, and you put down number 1 for Christian. Then you know you got that one. So you list them all the way on. If you feel that John Cena will be the last man standing, for example, you obviously want to put him at number 6. And then you've got all these other matches going on: the Shield and the Wyatt family, Batista, Del Rio, Big E versus Jack Swagger, and new matches: Cody Rhodes and Goldust versus Ryback and Axel, New Age Outlaws versus the Usos, and Titus O'Neil versus Darren Young. So hey, we need to talk about these. So alright, so hey, listen, Monday Night Raw was really one of the best Raws that I've seen in quite a while. And I gotta tell you, one of the main reasons for that is because of Cesaro. And I'm still gonna call him Antonio Cesaro. Okay, so anyway, that's not even his real name anyway. So, listen, Cesaro's been a great wrestler for a long time, but he just really hasn't had that hype, And I gotta tell you, he was actually boring. At first, when he was a U.S. champion, and he was a long-time U.S. champion, he was kind of boring, not interesting, And so it looks like once the WWE took away that title, they pretty much didn't do anything with him for a while until he got together with the Real Americans. But you know what? He's got the Cesaro swing. He's got that uppercut. There's just moves that he has in that ring, and I mean, this guy is a sound technical wrestler. And every time it seems that he gets in the match, he's making it a really good match. I mean, hey, him and Orton, that was a great match on SmackDown. And he won. Him and Cena, that was a great match. He lost. Doesn't matter. He put on a great show. Even before then, last year we talked about Sami Zayn and Cesaro that went 2 out of 3. And that was phenomenal. And very, very much considered the match of the year. Now they're going to rematch here on NXT Arrival, the first live NXT program that's going to be on the new WWE network, and I'm expecting that to be another great match. These two are really good, sound, technical wrestlers. I tell you, I would love to see Seth Rollins take on Antonio Cesaro. I think they would put on a show, a wrestling clinic, and it would be fun. Seth Rollins took on John Cena not too long ago. And let me tell you, Seth Rollins took it to John Cena, and he looked good. Hey, when the Shield first came, if you notice, Seth Rollins was the first one in the ring wrestling. He would wrestle the singles competitions in the beginning, and then Dean Ambrose, and pretty much last was Roman Reigns. But it's like the WWE relied on Seth Rollins and his expertise in the ring. Because the guy, he's like a ring general. He knows what to do. He knows how to make it look good. You know, he's the guy you go to. I mean, I'm a Seth Rollins fan. Out of the Shield, and I like the Shield. I like them all. But I'm more of a Seth Rollins fan. I really like this guy. I mean, like Roman Reigns, I like Dean Ambrose, but Seth Rollins, the guy's a beast. All right, so hey, hey, let's talk about it a little bit. Okay, so we've got this pay-per-view coming up. Daniel Bryan, what are his chances of winning this pay-per-view? I don't know. I actually think that, I gotta be honest, I think Randy Orton is winning the Chamber. And I believe he's winning that Chamber, and that's the reason why he's been losing lately and on this losing streak. But I think that Randy Orton is headed to WrestleMania, and I think he's headed to go against Batista. Don't get me wrong, I don't think that's going to be a good main event for WrestleMania. Batista versus Randy Orton. But I do have a feeling it's not going to be a one-on-one. Maybe they'll throw in Daniel Bryan into that main event. Maybe. I don't know. But I just can't see the Orton versus Batista. It's not a match that would interest most. From what I can tell, from what I've read, I wouldn't want to see it. I wouldn't want to see it at all. I have no interest in seeing Batista beat up Orton. And I have no interest in seeing Batista win the title. I would like to see Batista turn heel. Anyway, Sheamus. It's really a long shot that Sheamus is going to win this title. Doubt it. John Cena. Possibility. There's a possibility of John Cena winning this title. Will he? At this time, I would say no, because I do think that he and Bray Wyatt are going to be going at each other at WrestleMania. Randy Orton, like I said, I think he's going to win the title. Cesaro, I believe, is going to put on a show. Like he's been doing, he's going to put on a show. He will not win, but I'm thinking he may put on the best show of the night. And Christian. Probably the first one eliminated. You know, I feel bad for Christian. If you notice, Orton fights and beats pretty much everybody except... everybody beats Orton except for Christian. And then everybody beats Christian. You know, this happened, I don't know how many months ago last year when Christian was in another type of match where I don't remember how many people, but they were going around fighting each other in singles, and who was the only one losing to everybody? It was Christian. You know, they don't really give him, I don't know if it's respect or if it's more of, he's boring. To me, he's boring. So I have no interest. I honestly don't think he should have been in the match in the beginning. I mean, you know, I wish CM Punk was still here. I think he would have been a great addition to the match. But even if it wasn't CM Punk, there's so many other people you can kind of throw in there. I would have even thrown in Biggie Langston. I mean, that would have been a pretty cool match. Brock Lesnar would have been my #1 pick. Put him in that match. I mean, oh man, now you talk about an awesome event there. Anyway, alright, let's talk about the Shield versus the Wyatt family. For me, the most anticipated match. I really want to see this match. The Shield and the Wyatts, you know, they finally collided one more time just for a little bit at the end of the Raw, and you can see the fans just erupt. I'm expecting that the Wyatt family will come out the victors in this match. And the reason is because they're obviously splitting up the Shield anyway. So they got to set up WrestleMania. WrestleMania is the very next pay-per-view. It's going to be so many weeks away, and they're going to do something. I'm not sure what they're going to do with the Shield. There's rumors going around that they may have a 3-way match. I wouldn't be too fond of that, but we'll see what they do. But the Shield, I expect the Shield to put on a good show. The Wyatt family put on a good show. At the end of the day, I do expect the Wyatt family to win. Batista versus Del Rio. You know, the WWE is trying very hard to really boost up Batista because I really believe this was just a total flop for them, okay? They probably paid this guy a lot of money to come. He joined, and he didn't get the attention of the fans the way they expected him to be. I mean, come on. He's supposed to headline WrestleMania, and people were chanting that they wanted Daniel Bryan. That's not going to let him feel good. I mean, how should he feel? He should feel like, you know, they want Daniel Bryan, man. I just got back here. What's up? I mean, so anyway, Daniel Bryan is to me your main eventer. I really think that it should be a three-way with Daniel Bryan, Randy Orton, and Batista. I would love to see Daniel Bryan win the title. If he wins the title Elimination Chamber, he goes to WrestleMania to defend against Batista. The only thing is, you know, Batista's just going to get more booed. Orton will always still get booed. But maybe Orton throws in his rematch clause, and now it's a three-way match. I don't care so much for the three-way match. I'd prefer it to be one-on-one. But if they do the three-way, that's going to make it so that Batista probably doesn't get as booed as much. But who am I kidding? Batista is just not interesting. Anyway, okay. So Batista, Del Rio, it's pretty obvious that Batista's going to win. I feel sorry for Del Rio because ever since he lost the title to Cena, what's he done? Nothing. Mid-card, lower mid-card. I'm going to fight Sin Cara. I'm going to fight Mysterio. I'm going to fight Los Matadores, whoever. But he's fighting all the mid-carders when he used to be your main event guy. And that is just not cool. And now that there's rumor going around saying that he's probably going to run out his contract and then leave. Hey, I don't know. This guy's making some pretty good money. I mean, I would probably stick around. I don't care if I was a jobber. I would be sticking around if I was making almost $1 million a year. Anyway, Intercontinental match. Big E Langston versus Jack Swagger. What a waste. Jack Swagger is better than that. But the problem is you have him constantly jobbing. And all of a sudden he's the #1 contender for the Intercontinental title? Look, every one of the Shield members individually would be a better challenge than Swagger against Big E. You know, Big E versus Roman Reigns. Big E versus Dean Ambrose. Big E versus Seth Rollins. Now, yeah, I know. They got their own match. You know, I'm just saying. There's other people, though, you could throw in there. I mean, Jack Swagger? He wins a match, and now he's the #1 contender. They're not doing anything with the Intercontinental Championship. And I don't get that. I don't get that at all. It's almost like they decided, forget him. Forget that title. Put Big E in these 6-man matches. Oh, you know, and the fans are liking him. I like him. He's cool. But, you know, use the Intercontinental Championship. Do something with it. Titus O'Neil, Darren Young. I tell you what. This breakup probably should have happened a long time ago. I think they were looking good as a tag team, and they were sometime last year they were actually getting up there, getting pretty popular. And I like the way Titus talks, man. He's funny. Yeah, he's funny. But now they decide they're gonna split them up and try their own thing individually and see what happens there. Hey, we've seen this happen in the past, and you know, hey, it could turn out to be a Shawn Michaels, Marty Jannetty. And you got Shawn Michaels who propels. He becomes Mr. WrestleMania. And one of the best wrestling entertainers ever. Or you could become Marty Jannetty. Lost. Nothing. So, do we have... well, okay, I'm just using those as an example like that, but I'm not saying that Titus or Darren will be a Shawn Michaels because ain't nobody going to replace Mr. WrestleMania here. But I'm just giving that example of can someone go up while the other one tries to go up, but just, you know. And Titus right now can talk a pretty good game. So I'm thinking that Titus may actually propel himself and get himself up there. Let's see what happens. Titus as a heel, I like it. Titus against Big E Langston. I would like that better than Jack Swagger versus Big E Langston. We'll see what they do. Maybe they can build that up if they make him, you know, dominant. Darren Young, we'll see what he does. I mean, hey, he's a ball of fire, but he can be kind of boring. So we're going to see what the WWE does with them, all right? So we'll see. Now, Cody Rhodes, Goldust versus Ryback and Axel. You know, they're just throwing in matches now just to fill in some space here because why? Why against Ryback and Axel? When was the last time Ryback and Axel even won a match? Honestly, I don't remember. But Cody Rhodes and Goldust are phenomenal. I mean, they're great as a tag team. They're putting on shows. They're diving from the, well, you know, at least Cody Rhodes. Did you see that? He dove from the top of that cage and the Road Dogg. I gotta blame the Road Dogg here because he barely even touches him. Dude, if the guy's gonna come off the top rope, you get in the way there and you make sure you protect him when he comes down. He could have really seriously hurt this guy, and I heard that he did hurt his leg. But man, I don't know. That was just wrong. I mean, line yourself up and catch the guy, man. So you got to make each other look good. So to me, that was stupidity or just selfishness. So anyway, so my bad attitude, I guess. Anyway, Cody Rhodes, Goldust. I'm expecting this to be a fun match, mostly because of them too, of course, because Axel is actually a pretty good wrestler, but Ryback, come on. But you know what? I'm expecting the brothers to win. I don't understand this match, so unless they're using this to split the brothers up and set up a WrestleMania match, then I could understand that they'll use this match as some kind of breaking point. But if they're not going to do that for WrestleMania, because I'm hearing rumors that they're, I guess, thinking about not doing that, and if they don't, then this match, I'm not sure why I have it. So, but, you know, they could have fought other tag teams, you know, but Ryback and Axel, they haven't won a match, that's what I'm saying. So, okay, so I expect Cody and Dustin to win this match. Alright, WWE Tag Team Championship. The New Age Outlaws defending against the Usos. It's about time. Like I mentioned before, since they beat the Rhodes brothers for the title, I expected them to not hold them for too long and give them to the next players. And the Usos are an excellent pick. I mean, the Usos have been, you know, busting their butt here for a few years in the WWE. And this last year, they really came into their own, especially when, you know, they got involved with the Shield and you're having all these six-man matches and they have that third person on their team, of course. But they really have been putting on a show and been entertaining. I mean, these guys have been a lot of fun to watch. I think it's great to give these guys the title. And I expect them to win the titles at the Elimination Chamber. And then go to WrestleMania to defend those titles against... You know what? If they're not going to split up the brothers, then I would love to see the Usos versus Cody Rhodes and Goldust for the Tag Team Championship. Because you got two face teams who can wrestle, who can high fly, who can... These guys would make an exciting tag team match for WrestleMania. We need that. Alright. And that was it. That was all the matches. Okay, hey. So, listen, good stuff. Good stuff that's coming up for Elimination Chamber. I'm excited about the Chamber. This weekend I'll be watching it with my family and we're going to be playing the game. So, you know, don't forget to download that game and play it along with, you know, your friends and family and stuff. And, you know, hey, that's it for now. But I will let you know what I thought about the Chamber, because we're expecting a lot of good stuff setting up WrestleMania and leading to WrestleMania. You know, it's supposed to be the pay-per-view. We know that WrestleMania every year is supposed to be the pay-per-view, okay? But they're saying that this is going to be the best WrestleMania ever. And now with the WWE Network getting ready to start next week, Monday after Raw, I'm excited about that too. So we're going to see what happens. I'm expecting a lot of good stuff. I'm expecting some good Daniel Bryan stuff coming up, you know, and hey, even though my guy CM Punk isn't there anymore, and hopefully he will come back, and you know, if not, well, I'll be pretty disappointed. But I guess, you know, if you think about it this way, the WWE has kind of gone back a little bit to Daniel Bryan and said, hey, we really got to do something with you, because we're trying to ignore this whole CM Punk thing. Yeah, if you notice that the fans have been chanting CM Punk, but they'll keep talking through it. They're doing their skits, their, you know, segments, and they're talking through it like they don't hear it. And obviously, if you don't pay attention, then it dies down a little bit. But then it'll start up again. Then they ignore it. Then it dies down again. So hey, whatever. WWE's gonna do what they gotta do, but really hoping that they can get Punk back. Really hoping that they can get it for WrestleMania, because I honestly would like to see Daniel Bryan as the champion or going for the world title at WrestleMania, and not taking on Triple H. And, you know, and who's Triple H going to take on? Who cares? He doesn't need to wrestle. So, hey, that's, again, my point of view, okay? The wrestling world in my mind. All right. Hey, that's all I've got for you tonight. So, thanks for watching. Subscribe, and take care. We'll see you next time.